there, I'm King 5 meteorologist Ashley Ruiz with a look at your Saturday morning forecast. We can say goodbye to the 90s, at least for the foreseeable future. We are trending much cooler over the weekend. And check out the high temperatures in Seattle over the last 15 days. We hit 94 earlier in the week, and then before that 80s on both sides of that 94. And so we can say goodbye to that heat wave. Yesterday, we only hit 70 degrees, so we are trending below normal. Our average high this time of year is about 78 degrees, and this weekend is going to be cooler than normal, and we'll have more clouds in place. There is a chance we get a couple of showers, mainly in the mountains Sunday and into Monday, but in the lowlands, the best chance will come on Monday, and I'll show you in a minute. But if you want more 80s, it's coming. Just wait a couple of days. This morning, we are just trapped under that marine layer across western Washington, British Columbia, and then offshore as well. And clouds are going to scatter out as the day goes on, but a lot of us may be trapped under some of these clouds for most of the day. So temperatures are going to be in the 60s and 70s, 60s closer to the water, and then 70s for the interior areas. So we have this upper level trough that's just going to sit with us through the weekend, and it's going to send a little bit of moisture our way, and we could have a couple of more showers creeping in. And so looking at the Futurecast, this is tonight, and you see more clouds moving in. That marine layer just really going to be locked in place. Sunday may end up being mostly cloudy. And then we get into Sunday evening. You see a little bit of moisture trying to creep in closer to the coast, the southwest interior. So there is a chance maybe a light shower for maybe South Sound, southwest interior, and then up in the northern Cascades, and then the eastern slopes of the Cascades and just near the Canadian border. Could also see maybe a stray thunderstorm up there, so we'll have to watch for that. And you see how we get that counterclockwise spin, so this is going to send again this moisture over the area, and some of it could reach the lowlands and up in the mountains, maybe all the way up to the Canadian border once again into Monday. So we'll have to watch for potentially some thunderstorm development. You see, this is the Storm Prediction Center severe weather outlook, and this is a level 0 out of 5 on the scale. So it goes from 0 to 5, which 5 is high. Obviously, we don't have that. It's a general thunderstorm risk, which just means we could have some lightning, maybe some gusty winds within any shower or thunderstorm that we get. And so the chances there, it's not a guarantee, and this doesn't mean we're going to have widespread thunderstorms, but the chance will increase into Monday. So it's something we have to watch for now. On Sunday, the greatest chance will be up in the North Cascades. So if you are camping, you're hiking up there, something to really keep in mind as you're making plans for tomorrow. Now into Monday, that's when we'll have the best chance. Depending on how long some of these showers could stick around, keep in mind with this setup, most of the moisture is usually sucked up by the Cascades, so we're still not expecting widespread rain, but still the chance is definitely there. Again, depending on how long this lasts, then that's going to determine how warm we get. But Tuesday and Wednesday, we're back up in the 80s, low and mid 80s, and then likely going to cool down again. Let's take a tour around Washington. Lake Chelan looking very inviting this morning. Paradise looking beautiful, though it's going to be cooler. We have blue sky above, and then under the cloud deck, we have all of the overcast skies. Atop Hurricane Ridge looking beautiful. Blue sky, we have those high wispy clouds and the sun. Port Angeles seeing a good amount of sun as well, although we have some of those clouds off in the distance. Typically, we can at least see Mount Baker. Not the case this morning. And then our Queen Anne camera, we have those thick clouds in place. But once again, these should at least scatter out as the day gets going, but some of us may be trapped under those clouds for most of the morning, if not into the afternoon. Highs today for the north interior and the islands, mid 60s, and then interior areas, upper 60s, lower 70s for North Sound, also about 72, Monroe 73, Everett near 70, and then for Central Sound and then the Kitsap Peninsula, you see low and mid 70s on average, and then low and mid 70s for the South Sound. The closer you get to Oregon, also going to be on the cooler side in the mid 70s. The beach is going to be cloudy, a little breezy, upper 50s to lower 60s. If you're hiking today, this is for the passes, so Snoqualmie Pass level, so over 3,000 feet. Freezing level today is 13,000 feet, and temperatures will be in the 60s, so you might need a jacket if you are hiking or just going camping. If you're going out on the water today, overall pretty quiet, just going to be cool. And then the Strait, there is a small craft advisory that kicks in this afternoon through tonight, and it could be pretty choppy there. Water temperatures, at least at last check, Puget Sound always running cool, near 59 degrees. Lake Washington, Lake Sammamish, all this warm weather helping things warm up. So in the mid 70s there, our rivers are still running on the chilly side. Around 50 to 55 tonight. Sunset now officially before 9 p.m. here in Seattle, but we still have plenty of daylight to enjoy. It's just going to be a little cloudy today, and then tomorrow pretty similar, except we could be a couple of degrees cooler in the low and mid 70s. You see South Sound maybe only between about 70 and 73 degrees. The coast still going to be on the cool side. So a closer look at the Futurecast. This is this afternoon. You see how those clouds start to break up, scatter out, but Puget Sound, especially Central Sound over the Kitsap Peninsula, could have some of these low clouds lingering, but sun breaks in the mix. Tonight, we're going to have those clouds move right back in. Additionally, high clouds will be in place. This is tomorrow morning, so we have widespread low clouds in place, a couple of sun breaks in the mix, but then into the afternoon, could have a couple of very light showers. I showed you on the zoomed out view for the South Sound, but really going to be on the light side. Check out toward the north. Again, this is over the North Cascades and the eastern slopes. More than likely, that's where it would be, but you see how we get some of those oranges, those reds. It's indicating perhaps some heavier rain, if not some thunderstorms up there. So we'll have to watch for the wildfire risk, unfortunately, but if we get a good amount of rain with that, then at least it wouldn't be dry lightning. Then we get into Sunday night. Watch what happens. There's that counterclockwise spin. So that low is sending this moisture over the Cascades. And if all of that moisture doesn't get sucked up by the Cascades, then we could have some lowland rain into Monday morning. And then you see that spin just keeps going into the afternoon. And that's when we could also see some lowland showers off and on, more so from about King County northward and into the Cascade foothills into the afternoon and evening. And then as we get into Tuesday, as this low begins to exit the area, then we should start to dry things out. Ridge begins to build once again. This is just one model run, so it's not a guarantee, but it reflects some of that moisture moving over the area and through Monday evening, showing at least maybe the chance for a 1/10 of an inch of rain. If not, it would be a couple of hundredths. But up toward the Canadian border, that's where it could be between a 1/10, maybe up to 1/2 of an inch, but really not expecting much. Unfortunately, because the latest drought monitor update brought that severe drought over most of Puget Sound. So we're not expecting any significant rain over the next 2 weeks or so. And of course, we're not going to have any drought, just drought busting rain by any means, but at least we'll get something, at least to water your gardens a little bit. But we don't like promising rain when we're in a drought especially, but we will have that chance. Again, more so Monday morning and perhaps into the afternoon. This is where we stand with our yearly deficit. So far this year, still less than 15 inches of rain for SeaTac, whereas we should be pushing 21 inches. So we're well below normal, pushing 6.5 inches below normal. Olympia, almost 10 inches below normal, and Bellingham under this abnormally dry category, still well below normal. So hopefully we can get something over the next couple of months, but until then, we are likely going to see those drought conditions worsen. So another look at your 7-day forecast just to show you what's going on. Once again, we'll have 70s, we'll have mid and upper 70s, maybe a few spots near 80 Monday if you are on the drier side. So that's going to be the forecast that we have to fine tune as the weekend gets going. But then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we'll start to dry things out, warm things up. We'll have sunshine again. Now beyond the 7-day forecast to the end of the month, you see 70s, 80s, likely going to be near normal, if not above normal. So hang tight if you don't want this cooler weather, but if you like the cooler weather, enjoy it, take it in, because things are going to likely heat up once again. Remember, you can always find the latest forecast on King 5 Plus, king5.com, as well as on air and online.